Part 1. Lila always kept her head down at school, her custom-made outfit helping her move comfortably despite her disability. It wasn't just clothing, it was carefully designed so her wheelchair straps wouldn't cause pain, and it gave her confidence. But the bullies in her class didn't see that. One afternoon in the hallway, they cornered her, laughing cruelly. Before she could call for help, one boy yanked at her outfit, tearing the special seams apart. The sound of fabric ripping echoed like thunder in her ears. She froze, feeling exposed and humiliated, her eyes stinging with tears. Her service dog, Max, whined anxiously, sensing her distress. When one bully shoved her wheelchair, nearly tipping it, something in Max snapped. His teeth bared, hackles up, he was ready. Part 2. The biggest bully reached out again, mockingly waving a piece of her torn outfit. Max lunged faster than anyone could react, sinking his teeth right into the boy's upper thigh. The scream that followed wasn't just loud, it carried down the corridor, drawing teachers, students, and even the principal. The bully tried to pull away, but Max held firm until Lila's trembling voice called him off. Teachers rushed in, separating them as the boy clutched himself, red-faced from pain and embarrassment. Witnesses quickly told the staff what had happened, how they tore her special outfit and tried to hurt her. The principal's face was pale with fury as she called the bullies, parents and the police. By the end of the day, Lila's torn clothes were replaced, the bullies were suspended pending charges, and Max lay calmly beside her, tail wagging. For the first time in months, Lila didn't feel invisible, she felt safe. Got it? I'll extend this with a powerful and detailed part 3 that keeps the tension high and delivers a deeply satisfying resolution. Part 3. The next morning, Lila woke up feeling a knot in her stomach. Normally, she dreaded going to school, but this time it was different. She wasn't afraid for herself, she was worried about Max. He had only been doing his job, protecting her, but what if they decided to take him away? Her mom assured her that service dogs were legally protected and that Max had acted in self-defense. Still, Lila couldn't shake the image of the bully's face when Max bit him, not from guilt, but because it was the first time she had seen fear in his eyes instead of in her own. When she rolled into the school building, whispers rippled down the hallway. Heads turned, some students looked impressed, others skeptical, but none dared approach her the way they used to. Max trotted proudly beside her, his tail swaying in slow, confident arcs, like he knew the whole school was talking about him. The principal had called for an emergency assembly. The bullies involved were nowhere to be seen, they'd been suspended immediately after the incident. The air in the auditorium was thick with curiosity as the principal took the stage, her expression hard. What happened yesterday was unacceptable, she began, scanning the rows of students. Bullying is not just cruel, it's dangerous. When you target someone for their differences, you are showing the worst version of yourself. Her gaze softened when she looked toward Lila. This school will protect every student, especially those who need extra care. Lila could feel her face heating up as all eyes fell on her. She didn't want to be the center of attention, but the principal's voice was firm and unwavering. Lila's outfit was specially made to support her medical needs. Tearing it wasn't just an act of bullying, it was assault. And her service dog, Max, reacted exactly as trained to protect her. He is not in trouble, nor will he ever be. A wave of relief washed over Lila. She glanced at Max, who sat upright, ears perked, as though he understood every word. After the assembly, something strange happened. People began approaching her in the halls, not to tease her, but to check on her. A girl from her math class offered to help carry her books. A boy she barely knew told her Max was the bravest dog he'd ever seen. For once, Lila didn't feel like an outsider. But the real turning point came 2 days later. The police returned to the school to finish taking statements. They interviewed Lila privately, making sure she felt safe. When the officer, tall, calm, and kind, finished writing, he told her, the case will likely go to court. The boys will have to answer for what they did. We have multiple witnesses, video from a student's phone, and the law is on your side. Lila's mom squeezed her hand. This time, she whispered, they don't get away with it. The video spread quickly, not just around the school but online. It showed the bullies laughing as they tore her clothes, followed by Max's lightning-fast reaction. Most viewers were outraged, leaving comments about standing up to bullies and praising Max for his loyalty. Some even started a small fundraiser to help replace Lila's outfit and buy extra gear for Max. By the end of the week, the atmosphere at school had completely shifted. No one dared touch her wheelchair, and the few who still whispered behind her back did so from a safe distance. Lila noticed something she had never felt before: respect. The day the bullies returned to face an in-school disciplinary hearing, they didn't swagger down the hall like before. They walked with their heads down, avoiding eye contact. Rumor had it one of them still walked with a limp, a constant reminder of the moment they had lost control of the situation. In the meeting, they were made to listen to every witness describe what they had seen. The principal, the officer, and even a representative from the school board emphasized how serious their actions were. When it was Lila's turn to speak, her hands trembled slightly on her lap. "You thought I couldn't fight back because I'm quiet and I'm different," she said softly, her voice steady despite her pounding heart. "But I don't need to fight alone. I have Max, and I have people who care now. You didn't break me, you just showed everyone who you really are." The room was silent for several moments before the principal dismissed her. As she rolled out, Max walking at her side, she caught the eyes of her classmates. Some looked guilty, some impressed, and a few even proud. That afternoon, Lila and her mom took Max to the park. She let him run free for a while, watching him chase the wind, his golden fur glowing in the sunlight. For the first time in a long time, she smiled without forcing it. She realized something important: Max hadn't just protected her body that day. He had given her a voice she didn't know she had. And from that moment on, Lila promised herself she would never let anyone make her feel small again. Not when she had the heart of a fighter, and a best friend who would bite where it hurt most. If you want, I can also add a short but intense courtroom scene to make the ending even more dramatic and satisfying. That would push it into a full cinematic close.